We're going to bring on our next guest. For those of you who don't know about Scurry Face, you're about to find out, and you should know because it's everywhere. So here he is, a Tyler West, CEO of Scurry Face.
Hello, hello. Thank you for bringing me on tonight. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Really excited.
It feels like we just saw each other just yesterday, almost. From like the time at Fear Expo to now, it's like it just flew by for some reason.
Yeah, it really, really did. And it's funny you say that because it's like that's kind of how the haunt industry is, right?
Right.
You kind of like now, here you are, June, MHC's kicking off. MHC is kind of like the last hurrah before it's time to get really serious. But people are like taking on some really big builds that if they haven't started already, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Vendors are just producing to get things out there in time for haunt season. And then all of a sudden we wake up tomorrow and it's haunt season. Yeah. And then haunt season's over like that. And then you're at the trade show season and it happens so quick.
It does. And before you know it, it's here. And then, like you said, a blink of an eye, it's done. And like when I start the tour off and going to visit haunts in September, I mean, you look up and here it is. You got 1 weekend left. And like you said, then you go right into the trade show season and you got haunts preparing for their off-season events for the Christmas stuff and then or the February MBV events. And then but which is a good thing because I like the fact that it keeps it, the more stuff that are available throughout the whole year, it does make it go by a lot faster to get you back to haunt season.
Right. The ball just keeps moving.
It does. It seems like it does. It seems like the ball is always rolling now. And that's probably the best thing about it. So it's constantly always something to do somewhere in the industry.
Now, for the people who don't know, now there's a lot of people on here that do know, but for the people who don't know, give us a rundown of Scurry Face.
Scurry Face. Well, Scurry Face has a lot of different branches to it. I started haunt season in 99 and I worked all the way up to about 2011. And so I decided, my last year was 2011 and I realized that I was kind of tied to one haunt and I knew there was this great big industry out there and I knew there was other haunts that I didn't know a lot about. And all I knew was the haunt I was at. And so I decided, I'm going to travel around central Alabama and just visit haunts and just kind of at that time put it out on social media of what I thought about them. And I had no idea what it was going to turn into down the line. I think maybe the first season, I think I had maybe 5 followers, which included my wife and my parents and my family. And that's about it. And they were like, "You're doing a great job, son," or whatever. But it's just one of those that I wanted to keep doing. I enjoyed it. And then I started meeting people at the different haunts, started seeing new things. And it just kind of opened my eyes and opened a whole new world. It really did. And then once I started talking to like certain haunt owners and getting to know them, and they started inviting me back. And then the second season, and then that's when it started picking up more and more and more. And then next thing you know, it got to a point where the page grew. And I had it was cliche. It was a Alabama haunt reviews is what it was. I was like, I couldn't come up with a better name. It was very cliche. And so it started off as a review thing, started off as a hobby. And then it just got to a point where it started growing and growing. The next thing you know, haunts in Georgia, Tennessee, Florida were reaching out to the inbox saying, "Hey, we'd like you to come down here. We want you to, come here." And then the page started growing and growing and growing. And then finally I was like, I think my wife was just like, "You need to get a website." And so that's when I launched the website in 2015. And once I put it out there and started, it just kind of spread like a wildfire, especially in Alabama and throughout the Southeast. And it just happened in a blink of an eye. It was really, really kind of overwhelming at first because I just did not expect it to happen. And so throughout the years, we did the haunt reviews, put it out there. We did the scores and whatnot. Because at the time we started, there was not a lot of haunt reviewers or sites or anything out there that were doing what we were doing. There wasn't many, and like now, they're everywhere. You can throw a rock and hit 20 haunt review things at any given point at any haunt. And so that's what I think we kind of struck at the right time when I was doing what I was doing. And, so from there, it just kind of molded into growing and networking and meeting haunts, people within the haunts, production crews, everything. I wanted to meet everybody. I didn't want to just meet certain people. I wanted to meet everybody and talk to them. And so it just, it grew and grew. And so here we are in 2023, and it's at the point now where the website has done so well, like with traffic wise, we adapted and molded everything into more of a promotional entertainment platform and organization. Because I feel like, the spot where we're at now, I feel promoting the events, promoting the haunts, promoting the haunters is key and very important versus reviewing them and scoring them. And I want to that's what I want to utilize our foundation for, our audience, our traffic, to promote what we do and our experiences versus rating them and scoring them or critiquing them, So that's in a nutshell, that's that side of it where we do that. And then the other side is the promotion side. We're always kind of sitting on something. It's like, why don't you utilize your website to do this? Because it's traffic. And so we started promoting haunts on the website. And then next thing you know, bookings, wanted to come in. It's like, hey, we want to book at the haunt. We want to come out here and promote. And then I've always loved video editing. I love doing all that stuff. And, I do it all the time for like family stuff or friends and whatnot. And so I was like, I can do this for haunts or do this for what we do. And then that's kind of turned into the promotion side of, we go to haunts, we promote, we release the articles, and we release commercials or videos, what they want. And we put it on the website for all the people that visit to see. And it, and it's worked out really, really well. And here's the beautiful thing is I still have fun doing it. Like it's kind of turned into a business, but that's not the point. I'm still having fun doing this, and the fun has not ran out. The passion's still there. I love doing it. I love going to everywhere I go and love meeting people. Like Fear Expo, man, I had probably the best time at Fear Expo because I got to meet so many new people at that event. And, that's pretty much what Scurry Face is on that side. And then you have the rep side. So you have a bunch of haunters that we call Scurry Face reps, SF reps. And, me being in the industry when I started, I'm a firm believer that, haunters are very, very important part of haunted houses. And so you got to find the right people, to bring your house, to bring it alive. You got to, it's a heartbeat. And so, when you find the right people, the right crew that are, feel that are in it for the right reasons, that are dedicated to the haunt that they're, that they call home, that's what you need to stick with and take care of them. So we started bringing in haunt reps that we felt that met that kind of criteria, that mindset, that are in it for the right reasons, that love their home haunt, that love to help other haunters, that, will go beyond, anything to help and do whatever to make their haunt or others around them better. And that's kind of what Scurry Face, being a Scurry Face rep is all about. And so we started bringing those people in and uniting those people. And then next thing you know, here we are with over 240 something reps worldwide. That's part of Scurry Face organization.
Well, that's something that's really, really cool that you guys do is, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of these actors that contribute a lot to their attraction and just in their art themselves, right? And just, putting in the effort into their character, and they're kind of looked over, and it's easy. I know when, I was a travel actor and I was the guy and I was riding the top of the mountain and stuff like that, everybody was like, oh yeah, you do this, you do. And I was like, yeah, but there's this dude at this little podunk farm haunt that is badass. And like, he's doing this and he's doing that, and not a lot of people were doing that. And then, you come along and you're giving everybody essentially a platform, a voice to where they can be seen and shared. And, right. Now you get, Hunters Against Hate is doing it as well, where they're getting their book out there and stuff like that. And I think it's really great. And I kind of want to talk about the reps. Now, you said 240 reps internationally.
correct. Yes. Yeah, actually, oh man, I'm going to try to do something. I think it's right at 248 to be exact, worldwide reps, a part of Scurry Face.
So when you say worldwide, what are we talking about here?
Well, we have about 8 in Italy, Verona, Italy. They all work at a haunt called Phobos Escape. They have a great crew out there. So we have about 8 there that we talk with, communicate with. We are partnered with a haunt out of Tokyo, Japan called Obakan. So we got to, and that's a whole different level of haunting. I'll just go ahead and tell you, like talking to them, it's a whole different level of what they do out there. And it's something special and it's something pretty amazing. So we have the entire crew out of Obakan. We have a Scottish rep out in Scotland which haunting is illegal out there. So she has to come here to even experience what we all get to do. So now she comes out here twice a year, about 6 months a year, and just to experience what Scurry Face does, the haunt industry and everything. And so it's just, it's like I say, we're definitely international. We are growing. We have connections also out in New Zealand that we're working on, and other places out in Germany as well, Holland. So it's we definitely we want to continue growing internationally, but we're pretty happy where we're at and the connections that we have across the pond.
Now, do you have like a Hall of Fame list, or is everybody kind of? I mean, you got to have a Hall of Fame list.
I mean, we a Hall of Fame list. I mean, we have people that they'll do. You talking about like within Scurry Face rep wise?
Yes.
You're gonna put me on the spot on that one, man. Oh my God. No, actually, no. What we like to do and how I look at it in Scurry Face is when we bring reps on. I mean, we do have ones that have gained the networking and gained their following since they joined Scurry Face. And but how I kind of view it is, when you come on the Scurry Face, I always tell new reps, you get out what you put into Scurry Face. The more you step up to the plate, the more you do stuff, the more you're going to get promoted. Just like anywhere else you do, the more you step up to the plate for whatever you're working for or whoever you're a part of, you're going to get more out of it the more you put in. And so the ones that do that, are the ones that we're going to push and grow and kind of go with that, for a while. But that being said, just because somebody can't do certain things doesn't mean we don't promote them. It's just that, we're always there for them. If they need something, we'll help them. We'll, if they's like, hey, I got this thing going on in my hometown, will you help promote that? And so that's kind of how I view Scurry Face and the internal stuff is, it's like the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it with Scurry Face. But the Hall of Fame, like I said, there's reps to, man, naming names on that one. I don't want to make people mad and I don't want to get phone calls after this. You're going to get me in trouble, man. So we have a lot of amazing, talented people. That's part of Scurry Face. Absolutely. We have makeup artists, production, we have owners.
Yes.
We don't just take actors and it's like I said, we like to, we have makeup artists, we have prop builders, we have production, we try to spread it out that, because I think every small thing that goes into the haunt is just as important role as an actor or anything else. So, we're full of a lot of, we are very diverse when it comes to the levels and talent and skill level and all that stuff with Scurry Face.
Well, when you get a former travel actor, current podcast host, I'll be the first one to sign up on that.
We do have those too. We do. I mean,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I said we don't just we dabble into everything. I said we're an entertainment platform as well, along with a promotional. So we talk to a lot of cosplayers, like amazingly talented cosplayers too, that are trying to see what the tester. The test out the haunt industry because they're like, well, I can do this, I can make these costumes, but I never really haunted before. So, we're always trying to kind of be that bridge to help them get into it because, the more people in the haunt industry, especially with the right mindset and passion, the better it is for everybody. So.
Now, if people out there that are listening that want to be a part of Scurry Face, how do they go about that?
I'm sorry, I'm going to say that again.
For the people out there that are listening that want to be a part of Scurry Face, how would they go about that?
How we do that is, it is a process. we like to, a lot of the people that become a part of Scurry Face is usually referred to us by other actors or actresses or hunt owners or managers. They kind of reach out to us and say, hey, we have somebody that will be perfect for what y'all are about and what y'all do. And so that's a lot of the cases we'll do that. So we'll get that, and then we'll talk to whoever it is, and then we're like, okay, and then we'll get the contact, and we'll contact them, and then we'll just kind of talk to them, fill them out, and just like have a conversation like you and I, like we're doing right now. And so, it's just, we don't just make the decision at a snap of a finger. It's, we vet it for a little bit because, as everybody knows, not everybody in this industry is in this for the correct and right reasons. There's a lot of people, that probably shouldn't be in the industry, that throw on a mask and be like, I'm a hunter, and they cause a bunch of problems. And that's not what we want to do. And that's not what we want to go to, say, to a fear expo or a haunted attraction. We bring the reps to wherever we go. And the last thing we want is somebody that's causing problems to not only give us a bad name, but to give that event or cause trouble there. So we are very careful on who we try to bring on, because we want to make sure that they truly believe in what our goals are and what we believe in, what the industry should be and what we do. So it's a vetting process, but, and people interested, they can email us, talk to us. And our inbox is open to anybody, even the people that don't like us. Our inbox is open to them. We want to talk to everybody, and we're not, we're never going to shy away from any kind of conversation. And so, yeah, if anybody's interested in joining us, reach out, talk to us. Our Facebook page, reach us through the website. You can even reach to me personally on Facebook as well. I mean, we're always open to talk to anybody that has any interest of joining what we do or being a part of what we do.
So what does Scurry Face look like in the future? Because like you said, you started off as a little tiny haunt reviewer to becoming this pretty big powerhouse in the industry. And now you just, it's like a zoo, for the lack of a better word. Like, you have this collection of just like great things that people should see and be a part of and know and read about and get knowledge about. Where does Scurry Face go from there?
My goal is what I want to see in the future is I still want to see Scurry Face continue to grow like it's doing now. But I kind of want it to be more, I still want it to stay grounded on that more personal level with hunters and people within haunted houses. Like I want to continue to network with more haunts, get into more haunts and talk to them. And I do want to step up our promotion game. I do want to add, better equipment, better quality stuff. I'm never satisfied with where I'm at now. I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. I always want to go to the next level or take the next step or whatever it is. But I do always want to keep Scurry Face grounded, kind of at that ground level, with actors, with makeup artists, with builders, production, everything. And because to me, like I said, that's key right there. It's if you stay on that ground level and you keep that mindset on the ground level, it keeps you humbled. And I think that's some of the most toxic thing ever is growing egos. And, you kind of build an ego and you become bigger. You think you're bigger than you truly, really are. And you forget your roots. You forget where you came from. And I think that's a dangerous thing to forget. And so, I think in the future, I want to be more personable with haunts and what we're doing, and versus trying to reach the top of the mountain. And then I don't want, I want to get there slowly is basically what I'm saying is, I want to be more personable throughout the industry, one-on-one networking, communications, and everything. Because I think that's something I kind of left and forgot about here in the last probably 2 years, year and a half, is I tried to want to shoot for the moon and I went for it, and I kind of feel like I missed some steps along that way. And I kind of want to get back to that like we used to be.
You know what? Like, I kind of had an epiphany just now when you're saying all this stuff, because you're talking about your rep out in Scotland and how it's illegal to have haunted attractions in Scotland. And maybe you and I could do something here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could talk more about it off the air later in the next couple of weeks or whatever. But we got to get her out to Fear Expo. Maybe we could start up a GoFundMe with like the Fear Expo people and get her to come out. We'll get her on the haunt tour. I'll hook her up for the haunt tour, take care of her so she can enjoy the haunted attraction life.
Yeah.
And I would like to have her on the show too. I think that'd be cool if she came on the show and just kind of talked about what it's like being an enthusiast in a place where you aren't allowed to be an enthusiast.
Right. And I guarantee you she would absolutely love it, and she would love to be on the show. And here's the good news. She is coming to Fear Expo next year. It's already done.
Nice.
So she will be there. So she's really excited about it. This was actually talked about with Doug I was in the lobby of the hotel at last at the recent Fear Expo, and we're in the lobby of the hotel having a video conversation with her. So it's already a done deal. So she will be at Fear Expo next year. Yeah,
that's awesome. We'll get her in contact with myself or Doug or Tayen or whoever, and we'll get her on the show within the next couple of weeks. Because I would. That's so interesting to me.
You would do it. She's the firecracker, I'll tell you that. So she, we have a swear jar for her every time she does stuff through Scurry Face, because she's she
can do whatever she wants. It doesn't matter. She can have at it. And I would love to maybe eventually, in the next, I don't know, maybe a couple of months or something, maybe sometime before haunt season, we can get together and wrangle some of your international people together and put them all on one show and like have a round table type thing about haunting in other countries and what their experiences are like compared to our experience. I think that
right, yeah, and I would love to do that. Now the one our partners over in Tokyo, we had to, when I have meetings with him, I have to have a translator during that video call because the owner does not speak English. And so I'm sitting there talking to the translator. He's talking to him, talking to me. We're passing messages back. And, it's always at 3-something in the morning video call when I got to do it. So, but it's...
Maybe we don't do it with Japan. Maybe.
But I do want to brag about Japan. Like, man, the stuff that they do, like just the technology-wise, what they do, it's amazing. And it truly is. And I'm actually kind of jealous that I can't go over there and see it in person. Like we did a video thing where they kind of showed us a little bit of a walkthrough of what they do and gave us some of their, I guess, showed it off a little bit, teased us with it. And it's simply amazing. They did some incredible stuff out there with haunting.
All right. So where can we find Scurry Face? Where is Scurry Face at all over the internet? And any upcoming shows or anything that you guys are going to be represented at? Where are you guys at? Where can people find you?
The easiest place, scurryface.com. And that has all of the places you can reach us. But like I said, scurryface.com is an important one because like I said, we have this big contest going on called the SAS, Scare Actor Spectacular. Then you can find us on Facebook. We're pretty active on that. We're releasing reels. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube. Which YouTube, you can find all of our past videos that we release. And like I said, right now it's a little slow, but we're going to start picking the YouTube and paying a lot more attention to the YouTube side. But that's where we'll put all of our videos and what we do during the fall and off season. And also on Twitch. That is where you can find the Scurry Show. We're all gamers. A lot of us are gamers. So we get on Twitch and we game and we still do shows there and have fun with it. And we use the Twitch gaming side to kind of give a breath of fresh air, a break from the haunt stuff, and just come over and enjoy gaming. We have fun with it, and that's, you see reps over there gaming, and so that's where you'll catch a lot of the action now is over on Twitch.
Awesome. So, is it just Scurry Face on Twitch?
I'm sorry. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, it's Twitch. It's scurryface_official. I always forget to do that. I'm not used to being on this side, Steve. I'm used to being on your side doing things. So I'm rarely on this side. So.
Well, is there a schedule for the Twitch stuff? Because I would like to check that out.
Yes, every Sunday. Not this coming Sunday because I'm actually going on a family vacation this week, starting this weekend. So it won't be this Sunday, but it's usually Sunday, 6:30 Central Time is when we do our Scurry Show, and then we're gaming. Random times throughout the week. But yeah, the Scurry Show is on Sunday. It's around 6:30 Central Time. And that's when you'll catch what we do, especially with the Scare Actor Spectacular and, and we just have fun. We have to warn people, it's definitely a rated R show. So if you don't like bad words,
Oh, we're fine. Everybody's good with bad words. I promise you.
But yeah, that's where you can find us. That's where a lot of the activity is going to be over on Twitch. But like I said, the website, that has all of our past articles, all of our media videos that we've shot. That so if you can go check that out on the website and kind of see what we do with the media stuff, because I'm very big on cinematic stuff and videos, and so when I do something for a hunt, I kind of want to put a cinematic spin or style to it, because that resonates really well with our audience and what they do. They enjoy that, and that's what's getting a lot of the views on our website, is that kind of that cinematic versus that kind of documentary walkthrough, talk to everybody. They just kind of enjoy that more movie trailer kind of video that we like to do. So yeah, check those out if you have time.
All right, Tyler, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, and thank you so much for everything you do with Scurry Face, because it's really become this really awesome and cool thing. And like everything you touched on, it's not just a place to promote, it's a place to get resources and entertainment, and just connect and have a good time with like-minded individuals, and it's important.
Yeah, and thank y'all for having me. I've had a blast doing this, and I'm looking forward to Fear Expo coming up next year. And I do want to say to everybody, all the reps, everybody, just keep doing what you're doing. And we say, I have a little saying called "We Are One," and that "We Are One" is we're all in this together. So we need to continually pick each other up and get each other's backs, and make sure that everybody around you is doing okay. So that's what We Are One stands for.
All right, Tyler, thank you so much, and we'll see you hopefully sooner than later, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I don't want to introduce Willie again.
You want me to introduce Willie?
You're gonna have to. Don't get me wrong, I love Willie to death, but he has so much energy, and I love everything he does. I really, really, really do.